Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, live. Cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. My name is Ron E. Bradley. Hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Welcome to the Daily Dish. Adjust my microphone here. Let's see if I can see everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dish. Speaking of the day, as of the recording of this, it's the 3rd day of September 2024. Here we are. The tail end of the year is upon us. People are celebrating Halloween full throttle already. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, let's see who all we have in the chat today. Man, I tell you what. I'm looking at my my tablet screen over here, and there's an ad playing. I don't want that many frequent ads, but I don't know how to control it. Anyway, we turn that off. So, hopefully, can you guys hear me in the chat? Hopefully we did everything correctly. Possibly, potentially. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. I think we should be on. I think we should be good. I was having a camera issue, but it seems like it's connected and even maybe staying connected, which would be really great. It's really funny because when I look at directly at my camera, it looks crooked. But when I look at my screen over here, it looks not so crooked. So up here is my camera, and down here is the picture I'm getting from my camera on my laptop. And I don't know. Things hard to figure out. Anyhow, let's see what we got here. Let me check the chat. We hear you. Okay, good. All right, perfect. Hear you, see you, good. Thank you very much. Let's see who all we have. Little Mouse 27. Little Mouse in the house. Little Mouse was first in the house today. Cheers, everybody. This is my 25th, right? 25th anniversary International Food and Wine mug, and it was 2020, which is funny because I don't think they had the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival that year. They might have done. In 2020, I think they did something to try, and it was like not quite the full festival sort of thing. But clearly, these mugs were manufactured before the shutdown, so I have one of them. That might be very valuable, maybe more valuable than I thought. Good morning, all, says Tom F. Welcome to Tom F. I shared something with Tom F. this morning I don't think he'd quite seen before, and that was the spread eagle. Not the American eagle at the American Pavilion at Epcot, but the spread eagle at World Celebration That's how we celebrate the world now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Manny Uncanny says, morning RB, one of our great wrenches. Thank you so much, Manny Uncanny, for wrenching for us. And there's Tom F. and Nancy. Oh, 80s man. 80s man. Going Shogi, another great wrench. Great wrench, great supporter of the channel. Going Shogi, thank you for being here. Welcome in on this Tuesday morning. 80s man. Ha! Hey, everyone. Before you get up for that final snack, I want you to know I've got your cat. Ha! Ha! Hey, Willie. Willie, get in here. 80s man was at ran into a friend of mine yesterday at Silver Dollar City, or as we like to call it when we lived in Branson, Steal Your Dollar City. Going Shogi says, Tom F, I'm fantastic. One Piece spoilers dropped for the new chapter, and they are fire, so I'm pumped already. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's see. Working on my first cup. Can't brew it fast enough. Yes, I understand. I understand. And my mom is here. Hi, Mom. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. And Juliet says, good afternoon. Follow the Bradley's Going Shogi Time Off Little Mess, everybody. I thought I put notification on for today's show, but it is Friday's notification. You're good, Juliet. Thank you so much for being here and for being a member of the channel. Kimberly Ann Hart is here. Hey, hello, Kimberly Ann Hart is in the house. You're the fan of the Pink Ranger, I believe. Yes. And 80s Man says, got home late last night from Branson, Silver Dollar City, but I'm up early to watch the show. The show is, I'll talk about the show in just a minute because it's a little bit different than other shows that I've done in the past. And of course, my mom loves Branson, Missouri. We love Branson, Missouri. We moved here from Branson, Missouri. Sometimes it is missed. And Tom, I'm going to shoe in to win the script from Retro Nerd Girl Blues Brothers. Oh wow, that's cool. Very, very cool. If you get a script for the Blues Brothers, that would be awesome. My beautiful wife is here. Good morning, everyone. Today she is helping on her son. I think he forgot a piece of equipment needs for school, so running some school supplies over. Let's see. Hello, hola, Tom. Love to read it through. 80s Man says, we hear you. Thank you for that. Driving back home now. Okay. Be careful and don't be texting while you're driving. Love you, baby. Even though it was great from Lorena Creole last night. Yes, Lorena is awesome. Rover Boy, member for a couple months. Good morning, Ron and chat. And Dan's Life at the Kingdom is here. Good morning, Dan's Life at the Kingdom. And 80s Man says, Silver Dollar City actually is a great value and has reasonable prices, free parking, free refill mugs, and tons of guest passes when you buy season passes. Yes, when you compare Silver Dollar City to Disney World, it's a whole different world. So 80s Man, I don't know if you know this, but I moved here from the Branson area in 2009, and it was sort of the end of 2008. Came here on vacation. What's up, Dylan Soup? Dylan and Dylan says, what's up? Hey, Ron, what's up, chat? So I came here from the Branson area, and in 2009, I had a caricature stand at Celebration City, not Silver Dollar, but Celebration City in 2008. You know, the last day of operation in 2008, they let all of us know over the loudspeaker before they opened that we would be closing our operations for that day, and that was it. We're closing down. It's done. Celebration City is done. It's over. Not reopening in 2009. So I didn't know what I was going to do, and I was down here visiting on vacation. Literally flew down on Christmas morning. December the 26th, we went to Gatorland, and at Gatorland, I was talking to the caricature artist there, and he was needing help. So the next day, I came in to help him work, and it was busy. And then we also did some, I couldn't do it every day because I was on vacation. But at that point in time, I had access to be able to fly for free. So I did, and I flew down and helped him out. I was still living in Missouri, but flying down here to help out the gentleman, the caricature artist there. And I feel really bad because I'm trying to remember his name and I don't remember his name off the top of my head. But what happened was he then, early in the year, around March or April or something, he had a major heart attack and he underwent a quadruple bypass surgery and was no longer, he was told by his doctor he couldn't work outside in the heat anymore. And he basically just said, if you want, you can just take over the booth, take over the caricature stand. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I did. And then I moved down here. And that's how I got down to Florida. At that point in time, it was just boom. And all of a sudden, I'm a caricature artist working at Gatorland and trying to find a place to live and all that. And my parents had retired down here. So I had that help out when I came down, but it was quite the time. That's for sure. Yes, indeed. So, and Dylan says, I want to visit all theme parks in the Midwest: Silver Dollar City, Dollywood, Cedar Point, Kings Island, and Holiday World. And also, hey, there's Worlds of Fun in Kansas City, Six Flags in St. Louis. So, yeah, you got a lot of, maybe that Heartland project opens up. So we'll see. But before we get going, of course, I want to remind everybody that you can become a member of the channel. You can join today. You can, of course, do super thanks, super chat, super stickers. All those are welcome. You don't have to. Show is free. You can drop a PayPal. There, a link should be on the chat. I think I put the link up. If not, it should be in the description of the video. But yeah, you can always drop a PayPal. That's pretty easy too. PayPal is nice because you can drop like 99 cents or $1 or whatever. You don't have to drop very much. Very, very cool stuff. But anytime any of those things are dropped, we have here on the channel what is called our celebration. And we love to celebrate you because you are the energon that keeps this channel moving, mowing, and growing. Let's celebrate.
Too much? Too much? It's a perfect! Wahoo! Oh, this is too much! Give me a break, I couldn't be more excited! Okay, this anticipation is making me mental. But if they say yes to the other show, I think I would go so crazy.
Okay, we're back. I was looking for something in the background and I found it, and I think you guys are gonna like it. This is a very different show than it's a very different show today because I'm talking about the thing I like to talk about the least, which is me. I don't like to talk about myself. I at least not in the form of YouTube. Yeah, the ending to that Grimly skit is Pat Sajak almost. Sirius seems like a pretty good guy, I must say. Yeah, that would be. I've never met Pat Sajak. Apparently, he hangs around the parks quite a bit too. So it's kind of funny that I've never run into Pat Sajak at Walt Disney World because apparently he is there quite a bit. I'm tired this morning. I've started a new regimen that I hope the heck sticks. for my exercise and diet routine. But with the new regimen also comes, in the beginning of it, it's harder for me to sleep because I'm going to bed without anything in my stomach. By the time I went to sleep, I think that I had not eaten any calories for minimum of 4 hours, but I think it was closer to 6. And then, of course, I haven't eaten anything this morning, so I'm doing some intermittent fasting, and it's I've done it before. It works, but it's hard to start. It's not difficult once you actually get into it. It's actually really, really easy once you get into it. It's just super hard to start. And when you work your way out of it accidentally, which is what always seems to happen to me, at some point in time, I'll go 6 months, right? And I'll be doing really well. I'll have lost 30, 40 pounds. And then I eat a candy bar or a piece of pizza at the wrong time or what. And I'm like, yeah, it's a roller coaster. I got to not be 52 anymore. Well, I'm not going to be 52 much longer. I'll be 53 in a couple months. So what am I talking about today? Well, you guys, you've been asking for it for a long time. And the question is where? I've been putting grass-fed collagen in my coffee in the mornings. Noticeable difference in my mental alerts. Oh, that's grass-fed collagen. I got some collagen. Maybe I should put that in there too. All right. So, you can see my shirt. Orlando, JC Films Studios. I'm not talking about this today, though. Surprisingly, this is my JC Film Studios Production Club shirt. And that's the film studio that I've worked for as far as an actor is concerned, with Dean Cain and Kevin Sorbo. And hopefully we'll be doing some more with them in the future, not too distant future, but we shall see. But what I'm talking about today is something that you guys have been wanting to know about for a while, and that is the whole, what was it like to be a cast member for Disney thing? And why have I not, why have I had so much trouble trying to sit down here or somewhere else and make the video? Because it should just be me making a video, talking in the screen. See, today I have you guys, I have an audience, and that helps. And I actually might have to make the video with you guys as an audience. I don't know. But I'm going to talk a little bit about it today. And the reason why I haven't made it. What time is it, by the way? It's only 9:58. Okay, so almost 10 o'clock. We are going right into Culture Casino. That should already be set up, so should be good to go there as far as going into Culture Casino. But yeah, no, it's not Friday. It's Tuesday, guys. It's just Tuesday. So, I think this might be my oldest. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. You see this? Do you guys know what this is? There it is. There is my name tag. Yep, it's me. Where's the center? Boom. My name tag, Ron from St. Louis, Missouri. And this is the Where Dreams Come True name tag. This name tag, this cast member badge, as you're calling it there, this thing came out in, I believe it was 2006. For a long time, this was the name tag that was used at Walt Disney World. This one that says on the bottom of it, Where Dreams Come True. So this came out in the year of a million dreams. There were different tags before this. Has been different tags throughout the years. But if you look, it says Where Dreams Come True. This is the name tag that I got in 2014. I know it's the early one because it's still got the this on it, right? And then there's the one that I used for most of my career at Walt Disney World, and that's this one. It's dirtier, you can tell. It's dingy. It's used a lot. St. Louis, everybody puts on their name tag where they're from. All right, St. Louis, Missouri. So I use that for a long time. And the reason I can tell this one's different is because it's got the metal backing instead of the pin backing, which is something that you can put on it. So, yes, we have Blatson. I'm currently watching from the Illinois suburbs of St. Louis, Missouri. I am from St. Louis, Missouri. So let me ask you this. Are you watching from Edwardsville, East St. Louis, Florissant? Where in Illinois are you watching from specifically, if you don't mind my asking, Blatson? I loved The Year of a Million Dreams. You know, The Year of a Million Dreams lasted a long time, right? The signage was changed outside the parks when you drive in, and it said "Where Dreams Come True" over the sign. And then that was only changed for the 50th anniversary back to the most magical place on earth, which it is actually. And the name tags were changed too. And so the name tag that we then got for the 50th anniversary in 2021 was this one. And I did a funny thing on this. So this was after the Scarlet Witch WandaVision. This was after WandaVision, the TV series, came out, and I thought it would be really funny to see if I could sneak by the censors or whatever, the fake town that was used in WandaVision for my hometown, and I did. But then the tags came out, and look how big St. Louis is printed on this tag. Okay, St. Louis on this tag is printed huge. Okay, look at that, huge. It says, Ron, you can easily see St. Louis, Missouri. Then the 50th anniversary tags came out, and I thought it'd be really funny by putting Westview, New Jersey, which is the fake town that doesn't actually exist in real life from WandaVision. And let's see, Punta Beach, Illinois, which is immediately west of Edwardsville. Okay, very cool, Blatson. Very cool. Welcome in to Follow the Bradley's Fun. And speaking of welcoming in, if you haven't clicked that like button, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And of course, click that notifications bell, because when you click it, you stick it to that YouTube algorithm and you get notified of all of our uploads here. Follow the Bradley's Fun. And if you're watching this on the replay, hopefully you fast forwarded, got to this point, watching it on the replay, make sure you comment below. Replay gang, let us know. Drop that comment before you head out the door. We appreciate that. So this name tag came out for the 50th anniversary, and I thought it'd be really funny by putting a different fake hometown on it, Westview, New Jersey, from WandaVision. And it would be like an inside joke when I ran into guests who knew Marvel and thought it would be funny. And then they printed it like this. Look how small the town is compared to the St. Louis one. Look at that. This is St. Louis, and this is Westview, New Jersey. They printed the town really small. And by the way, these are not the only name tags I have. Then the name tag came out for the 100th anniversary, and I think this is the one they're still using to this day, and that came out in 2023, and that was this name tag. Okay. And then the company and I parted ways with them in May of 2023 because, as you know, if you've been following this WDW Pro or any of the other channels, Disney's just not Walt's anymore, and it's heartbreaking. But I decided that it would be a really, really good idea to cover that. Hopefully my camera's still working okay. There's like one little cord over here, and if I knock it barely, it can knock my camera offline. And then you'll see a green screen pop up, but I'll still be here. Yeah, so what do we have? That would be a great prank. I'm surprised Mouse Company didn't blatantly steal the joke so that others can do it too. I have, there's people that have used other names on their name tags before, like Batu or whatever, from Star Wars stuff. So really fake town. Yes, what's messed up is that you need that info for cast compliments. I can never read it. That is true. I have a ton of cast compliments. I'm not going to go through them on today's show. But what I wanted to do is, because I have been putting off my cast member story for so long, the reason I've done it is because it's so hard for me to kind of put it into words and try to figure out exactly how to do the video and what I want to show. I don't really know. It's been really, really difficult. Hi, baby. My baby is back home. Love you. You can, if you want to pop in and say hi to everybody on camera, you're more than welcome to. My baby, Virginia, looks great this morning. She is all dressed up and ready to go. My beautiful wife. Disney ousted Walt from his vision and mission and lack thereof. Yeah, so like that is heartbreaking. And when you are in the process of trying to give guest and customer service, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. And there's just a lot of things that I have a hard time with now. There are a couple of big ones that really broke my heart when I was working for the company. One of them was inclusion, because inclusion was not inclusion. It's literally the exact opposite. They invoked the key called inclusion, and then they began pushing out a whole group of people with traditional values. The moment they created inclusion, that's when they started to push out Zippity Doodah, Splash Mountain, traditional values, Walt's values, things like that. It was very, very heartbreaking, and they started to call those things the exact opposite of what they were. For example, Song of the South is an incredibly, actually, inclusive movie where you have a black man who becomes the father figure to a young white boy and is telling these very important life lesson stories, and it's about these groups coming together and not caring about how any of them look or sound or anything else. The whole point was they're coming together, and it's after that's one of the reasons why it's set post Civil War. You have families that are realizing, oh, we weren't treating people right. We got to treat people right now. They're treating people right, and they're coming together, and the whole and there's a celebration, of post Civil War peoples coming together, and people that watch that and get any kind of a different idea about what the Song of the South is about, those people are messed up in the head. They're looking for something that is not there. So I also agree that people with traditional values are being pushed out of Disney. Yes, we are in kind of a very big way. So, and that being said, what I wanted to do is maybe with you guys get in a little bit of practice here. And if you have any requests, you can super chat those requests, and hopefully I can fill those as far as what I'm going to show you. But I'm going to show you some things from my first days as a cast member. Now, my story goes way back to 92 actually, but I'm not telling that part of the story today. I didn't become a cast member in 1992, but it's the first time I tried. And then again in 2005. But those were for show-related things. When I first became a cast member, it wasn't for anything entertainment-wise. It was actually for Disney Vacation Club. I did have past experience in the timeshare field and business in Branson, Missouri. So I brought that with me. Brought that to the table. And then when I got my first job, my first role with Disney was called Advanced Sales Associate, or ASA, with the Disney Vacation Club. So if you're walking around Disney World and you see Disney Vacation Club information kiosks, I would have been working at them. And the coolest thing about the role was the fact that in that role, you got to work all over Walt Disney World, and you didn't necessarily know where you were going to be working from day to day. You usually, there was a schedule, but you could get changed out. Like there were literally days that I would show up at my location, and then they would call me and say, "Can you go to a different location because we need you to fill in there?" A lot of driving actually around Walt Disney World. That's when you really find out exactly how big Walt Disney World is, when you're asked to drive from location to location around it, and it takes you 15 minutes to get from Disney World to Disney World. You're like, I'm at Disney World. I'm going to Disney World. I'm still at Disney World, but it took me 15 minutes to get from Disney World to Disney World. People really do not understand how big that property is. It is the size of the city of San Francisco. So kind of imagine if you worked at one place in San Francisco and somebody said, well, I know you're working on the outskirts, but I need you to go down to the wharf or whatever. So yeah, different. So what I'm going to show you, and I think this is my first day on the job. And let me see if I can find what day this was, because it literally was 10 years ago. Whoops, that's not the right one. Don't want to show that picture. Well, I mean, I can show it, but it has nothing to do with this. Where is my information on this? September the 27th of 2014. So I think I got the job offer in August, and I started working in September of 2014, and we are going to see if we can show that here. Present, share screen. Don't need audio because there is none, and we're going to show it over here. Here we go. Let me see. There we go. There it is. This is the picture that I took driving into work on my very first day of work at the Walt Disney World Resort. And there's the sign that I told you about. It's different than today's sign. It's the Year of a Million Dreams sign. Now, as I'm going through this, you guys have questions or requests. I will do my best to answer them. And definitely, if they are super chatted, I will do that. But let me go through these pictures here. So there it is. It says Walt Disney World, where dreams come true. I do think that it is quite appropriate that they have taken down the sign that says where dreams come true. It should say where lots of money is spent. And there's a picture of me, my first day on the job. No costume yet, because I had not been issued a costume yet. It was just me in a blue shirt. And the blue shirt I still have to this day. Sometimes I wear it on the show. And this is me driving past the Contemporary, you can see there. So, and you keep going, and then you get past the Contemporary and you see Space Mountain, obviously before Tron was built, 2014, and you get past Space Mountain and you drive into, technically it's a backstage area, but it's the public can drive on this, so there's no, I think I'm fine to show these pictures because none of these are technically backstage. And that's another thing that I wanted to be careful about, is making sure that I don't show anything that's not to be shown. As far as I know, I never even took pictures backstage in any of the truly off, what's the word I'm looking for? In the off limits areas. I didn't take any pictures. But what's cool about this is when you drive back there, you see the train. The train this is before the park opens. So this is actually the train moving from where it's stored overnight into the park. And I thought that was pretty cool because I'd never seen that before. So I'm driving along this road, and there's the Walt Disney World train crossing a public road that you can drive on back there. That's true story. And there it is. This is Disney University right here. And I'm going to try to put that bigger so you can see it. Disney University. So they did not take down the sign. They just changed it to it's a magical place, the most magical place on earth. But they did take down the where dreams come true part of it. There is no more where it says where dreams come true. Yeah, it's a true story. And Dylan says we went on the behind the scenes tour one year. I'm very familiar with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite interesting. So Disney University, this is the place where they hold, or at least did hold, I don't know if they still do, the traditions class. Now, as a full-time cast member or a part-time cast member working directly for the Walt Disney Company, you have at least an 8-hour long, maybe 8.5 hour long day at traditions class. You start at, I believe it's a regular 9 to 5 day. Like they start class either at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and I think it's 8:30, and you go till 5. Behind the Steam Train tour. There's the rest of my morning beverage. Yeah, so you go to class, and none of this is really on stage, but I don't know that it's necessarily considered part of backstage. Oh, there's a clearer picture of it. Sorry, I'm better coloring there. The magic behind our Steams tour. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. So Steam Train. I didn't even know they had that. And there's me going to class. Well, that was a picture of my wife and son in there. She probably sent that to me, and I got into the same day. But there's Mickey 1928, it says on that one. And this is in class, which they actually told us to take pictures. You can see other people holding up their phones and taking the picture of themselves when we got our Mickey ears. So see that red box on the desk? That red box on the desk is you go through a portion of the class, and then they tell you to pick, open that up and take your ears out, and you do. You open that up and you take your ears out of that box and you put them on, and then you've gotten your Mickey ears. And you know what the weird thing is about that is they give you those on your first day of traditions, and then when you show up to work at your location the first day, you get your earning my ears badge. So you get your ears before you actually earn them, which is kind of a funny thing, I think. Don't have to earn them. I'm double checking to make sure that there aren't any more pictures in that bunch of my wife and son. Let me see here. Making sure that we're on the right track with those. I'm sure that while I was in my class, she was wanting to send me that picture. So here's a couple more pictures that you'll be able to see here. All right, so there you go. So there's my Mickey Mouse ears, which I don't know where those are. I still have them somewhere. I just don't know where that particular pair is. And I have plenty of other ears. I had a different pair of ears I was going to show you guys from the 50th that I got as a cast member for free. And let me tell you, at this time, 2014, this was a great time, a magical time to go to work for the Walt Disney Company. I was excited. I think that's the lighting, 80s man. I know it looks like a sunburn, but I'm pretty sure that was just the lighting on this particular shot. See how it's dark, and I'm very reddish, but I don't think I was sunburned at the time. But there it is, the traditions class, and my ID. Hopefully, you can't see that too well because I don't want anybody to copy that. And there is the Mickey Mouse statue. Trying to make sure that all of these should be the photos that are perfectly fine and authorized. Yes. And there it is, outside Disney University, I think, getting out. This might have been at lunchtime. I think it was. Because what you do is you break for lunch, you have lunch, you come back in, you sit for a minute, and then you go on a walking tour of the Magic Kingdom. And I don't know if I took any videos of that or any pictures of that walking tour. Good morning, Nita. Good to see you. Hopefully you and I will be meeting up a little bit later today. I hope. I should have time. Should have plenty of time later today. I will be on at least for like an hour on T3PO, I think, with that Park Place. One of those shows at this afternoon after the pro show for a little bit. And Sue, the Bud Files is here. Let me go back to these photos and make sure that I can show what I want to show, and I don't want to get in trouble for anything. Oh, you know what? Oh, no. I was going to say I was thinking that I might have showed those in the wrong order, but I did not. All right, so a few of these I'm going to share here. And all right, so this was just a backdrop with Aladdin, I think. And then I think I have some pictures of me when I first got home. And this was my day one. Now, this is not a cast member uniform, but it's what I wore to traditions class. And this is the first pictures I had with my name tag on. Yay. There I am. There I am. A full-fledged Disney cast member on day one in 2014, September 27th, when it was still such a good time to be a Disney cast member. Oh my gosh. Oh, those were the days. And let me see if I can find anything. I had seen some others that I know I wanted to share. Let me see if I can find those. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. So here's something. And I know Nita will very much appreciate this. Let's see. All right. So before we got our costumes, we then had our second day one. Call it day two, if you will. But this was the first day that I was training on the job. And so I had to wear shirt, tie, and this is like a management outfit. And there's me with Mickey. And this is some training room that they had. Before I bring up the next shot, what was really cool, and I thought this was so nice, like, okay, back then, I don't know that they even still do this now. They may, but it's, to the best of my knowledge, with the budget cuts that Disney has, they don't treat you like a king. So the very first day that I went to work for DVC, we were treated like royalty. It was awesome. I don't think they do this now, but they did then. They took us to the Grand Floridian Cafe to eat, and it was fire. It was so good. 80s man says I should go back to work in Silver Dollar City. Every employee I talked to said they love their job and had high praise. It's the antithesis of Disney. Well, the thing is, I will tell you this. When I was working at Disney, we all said that we loved our jobs too, because we get fired if we said anything else. I don't know that that's necessarily the case at Silver Dollar City. Yes. And so Nita says, yeah, I belong to Disneyland Alumni Club, and it's fun. Does Disney World have something like that? I don't know. I haven't heard of an actual alumni club. They do for DCP. They definitely do for DCP, for the college program, but for anything else, I'm not really sure that they have anything like that. I haven't heard of anything like that at Disney World anyway. So I just wanted to show you the meal that they treated us to. And again, this was my day one of training for DVC. So in the middle of the day, they're like, hey, we got this surprise for you. And they take us out and they put us in the DVC vans, and we go over to the Grand Floridian and Grand Floridian Cafe, and they feed us, and we get this amazing sampler platter of all the food that they have there. Angus burger. I think that was the first time I ever saw that they had surf and turf burger, because that's like a miniature version of their surf and turf burger with lobster. It's so good. And there I am, first day. And then this is the menu that they gave us, the individual sampler platter. So cool. And then I want to make sure. This is a good one. Go and Shogi says for $1.99, and thank you for your generosity. I appreciate that, Go and Shogi. What was the most and least favorite park area to work? That is an excellent question for the Disney Vacation Club, because I did end up working all over. Oh, the least favorite area. The West End at what was downtown Disney back then. So it was right in front of Cirque du Soleil, and it was a non-kiosk kiosk. It was really. I think they ended up putting some type of a kiosk type thing in there. It's actually, funny thing is, least favorite location. One of my best experiences as a cast member. I met a professional football player while I was working there, and he was looking through DVC stuff at that location. And I think they changed out the facilities at the location by this time. He played for, it was really funny. I don't know football very well. So I'm talking to the guy, and he's a big guy. He's built, black, long hair, really nice, super nice. Him and his girlfriend are looking through the stuff, and I'm just doing the regular DVC stuff with him. And I asked him, I said, you're pretty athletic. Do you play any sports? He goes, yeah, I play football. And we got into the whole conversation, and turns out he's an NFL player, well known, and I'm trying to remember his name now. But again, I don't know football very well. I think he's from Jacksonville. He played for like the Panthers or something. I can't remember. Anyway, it was funny. And I wish when I do the video for real, the cast member video, and I'm telling my stories, and that's the story that I tell, I will research his name and have that out there first. But that was my least favorite location. My favorite location. Oh my gosh. Okay, my favorite location to work, even though it wasn't the best location to book tours, was the Grand Floridian, the DVC building. That Beach Club was great. Beach Club was great because at Beach Club you sat down at a desk. At Old Key West you sat down at a desk. Back then they had desks for Grand Floridian, Beach Club, Old Key West, Wilderness Lodge had a desk. You would sit down like I'm doing now. It's great. You got to sit most of your shift. You didn't have to be on your feet. They've taken most of that away. But I loved the Grand Floridian, the DVC building, which is a standing kiosk. It's the same kiosk. They still have the same kiosk there today. And it's the original DVC building. Part of the reason that was my favorite location to work, and by the way, there's several favorite locations to work, but that was like my favorite. Part of the reason that was one of my favorite locations to work was because of showing the room. I got to show the 2-bedroom and sometimes the presidential or the grand villa, the 3-bedroom grand villa there. And it was amazing. It's so gorgeous. But also another favorite location to work was Coronado Springs. Never booked tours out of Coronado Springs, but you could kind of go away from your location and wander a little bit. And there were nights there when there were celebrities performing, like Jay Leno. I actually got to go watch Jay Leno perform stand-up while I was at work and get paid for it. It was awesome. But we do have this super chat. So for that, what does that call for? We know that calls for a celebration.
Too much? Too much? It's a perfect! Wahoo! Oh, that's too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. Okay, it's making me mental. But if they say yes, you can be on the show. I think I would go so crazy.
Oh, yeah. Echo's Heart said a burger with lobster. That was indeed a burger with lobster. And my gosh, they've taken it off the menu now, and I'm so mad. So mad because it was the best thing to get at Grand Floridian Cafe, and I loved it. But I will say this to Nita, the chicken with waffles is also very good, and they still have that there. They do have a different burger, but it's not the lobster burger anymore. Anita says, back in the 80s, Disneyland employees had a performance group that performed musicals in the evening at the Golden Horseshoe Review. Really fun. I believe they disbanded because the Disneyland started to be open. Yeah, we don't know why those things necessarily happen, but they do. I wanted to show you a couple more photos of my very first, before I ever got my costume, day. This is still at the Grand Floridian. This is the dessert platter they treated with, and this was so awesome. And actually, I think this was shared by like 2 or 3 of us at a time. I can't remember how many of these they brought out for a group. It was like 3 or 4 of them, but we had to share the desserts. But it was so good. There's like a cheesecake and a chocolate Mickey and the fruit tart with the strawberries and blueberries, and oh gosh, this was good. Really, 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 really good. So yeah, I mean, back in the day, that is how cast members got treated. I'm sure they still do perks. They still do a lot of perks for cast members, but it's just not the same as it once was. And I'm telling you, DVC was amazing for these perks. Okay, real quickly before we end the show, this was probably on my wedding anniversary. It is, yeah, September the 30th, 9:58 a.m. is what I'm going to show you. And this was our third wedding anniversary, but I had to go to work that day because we had just started. Normally, I wouldn't want to work on my anniversary, but this was on my desk welcoming me. Now, Byron is my full name, and so they were going by your full legal name when they made these name tags up. So they put that's a giant paper name tag that says Byron, but Ron is what I go by. Yes, for all those that thought that Ron was short for Ronald, and Disney Secret Kingdom says, hi, Ron. No, Ron is not short for Ronald. Ron is short for Byron. And that's because when most people get to know me, they don't want to be around me anymore. So they're like, bye, Ron. Yes, it was a lot of yum. And they did a great job. And, Disney still has a really good food game for the most part. So Grand Floridian, the best food last night, so hot and freshly cooked. Yeah, I mean, they do a great job with the food. Yes. So Nita also says she had a great time working for Disney. They treated us very well. Back in the day, and really up until not that long ago, they treated everybody so well. So yeah, it was awesome back then. So let me show you a couple more of these pictures. This was sitting on my desk when I got there. And all of this stuff were the goodies. There's some, you see that tomato over there on the left? There's an umbrella that was for work. And there's my binder of all the DVC stuff that I had to learn about. What else is on the desk? I don't know what the Play-Doh was for, but we got Play-Doh. We got other little Disney trinkets. And some of those things are around, like the little, this little guy right here. Let me show you. This right here, and I think the Mickey behind me, and that Pluto that you saw, these are all from those classes. They do little giveaways during those traditions classes. And, so little trinkets. The giveaway, though, I know the Mickey up there is from my work. You can't see it, but, and then this. A lot of giveaways. This was celebrating 25 years and beyond of the Disney Vacation Club. So again, yeah, they gave away a lot of stuff back in the day, and they still do it. They just cut back a lot. Let's see here. And they gave us Mickey ears. Yes, definitely. I showed the Mickey ears earlier. In case you missed it, you can go back and watch the show. But yeah, I did show the Mickey ears earlier. And I was on the Team Titans team. Remember the Titans? And there's my binder, Byron Bradley, Disney Vacation Club book there. We eventually got iPads to use as part of our job. Whoops. Hit the wrong buttons. It's too easy to hit the wrong buttons. How do I go? Can I go back? I can go back. Just trying to see if there was anything else that I wanted to show you from that day. No, nothing else to really show from that day. But yeah. So this is part of my practice for actually doing this as a full out regular video and not just part of the show. So thank you for indulging me in getting in my practice, because I want there to be a regular full video that I edit and makes more cohesive sense than this show has today. But it is just about time to get you guys over to Culture Casino. I believe I'll be on not the pro show, but the show after the pro show, that Park Place or T3PO today. And again, before we go, let's celebrate one more time. Go and Shogi with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate.
Too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, this is too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. Okay, anticipation is making me mental. But if they say yes, you can be on the show. I think I would go so crazy.
Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Before you leave, if you haven't done so yet, please click that like, thumbs up button, right? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Click that notification bell, because when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm, and you get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradleys Fun. And until tomorrow or the next time that we do see you, first of all, say hi to Culture. When we raid in there, say hi to Culture. Thank you so much for being here today, everyone. And until the next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.